If you are in the place in your manifestation where you're like, it's taking a bit longer than I thought, it's a bit slow, why it's taking me longer, or you experience that I don't have enough time, I have so much to do, I feel like the time just finishes. If you have anything to do with time, this session will completely change that. And the way we'll go through this session is you will have deep awareness about what time really is, how it's playing for you, and we are going to completely shift that. If you are someone who experiences that it's taking long, or I have so much to do, or I have this to do, and I have that to do, and I have these actions to do, and I feel like there is so much to do and I'm not able to do that, let's really understand what's going on. What is time? When somebody says to you, and I think I have even mentioned in my previous sessions, right, that time doesn't exist, it does make sense that it doesn't exist, but there is a little problem with that. And the problem is that everything that we're doing on this planet Earth is based on time. So you wake up on time. Even you have showed up to this session at time. There was a specific time when the well fountain was supposed to happen. You showed up. We are having a session. We are massively using time. If you're meeting somebody, if you're celebrating your birthday, if you're going to work, or if you have client calls or meetings, everything is working based on time. Just by saying time doesn't exist, then what are we doing? Like, if it doesn't exist, what else is there? How do we replace it? Like, what shall we do? The key is that time is a tool that we have used as humans. It has nothing to do with quantum or the universe. It is us as humans who have created it to help us with counting days, counting years, counting time, meeting each other on time, all of that. So it has a purpose, but it's solely created by humans. It has nothing to do with quantum. It has nothing to do with universe. It has nothing to do with God, because when you go out of the planet Earth, the time is completely different. By the time you see a star, many light years have gone, right? So time just exists on this planet. It's created by us for our use. But this has been used to delay our manifestation. This has been used to screw up our manifestation because we don't understand as well. We don't understand the context. And the reason is because physics hasn't played a great role in helping us understand time. According to physics, I'm going to explain a very simple concept. Let's say you want to drive, you want to go 10 miles, like there is a distance. Let's say you're meeting your friend and the distance is 10 miles. Now, if you drive, let's say you're driving, if you drive double the speed, so if you double your speed, you're going to get there in half of the time, right? According to physics. If you double your speed, you're going to get there half of the time. If you triple your speed, you're going to get there in 1/3 of a time. If you quadruple your speed, you want to get there in 1/4. The more you increase your speed, the more time goes less. And this is the problem, because physics doesn't take into account that if you fasten your speed and if you go really high speed, you'll probably miss a turn because you'll be going too fast. You will probably experience a lot of traffic jam and red light signal because you're in a rush, you're feeling lack, you're feeling there is not enough time, you need to beat time. You'll probably have cops stopping you on the way because you're speeding. There could be lots of humps on the road. There could be so many things which shows that faster the speed doesn't mean faster you get there. In fact, if you're in the lack energy, because this is taking into account that if your energetics is I'm running late, you will attract more things from the quantum to run late. Time is the human construct, and if you want to interact with the quantum, the only thing that matters is energetics. It's not time. It doesn't mean that just because you faster you drive, the faster you're going to get there. No, it doesn't mean that the more work you do, the more time you put in, the faster you manifest your desires. No, because the more doesn't mean more, the faster doesn't mean getting there quicker. It's energetics. It's all energetics. What is energetics? If you really understand at a very simple way, because simple is very powerful, we are vibrating at a certain frequency, and that frequency has a number. we attract from the quantum for money, for relationship, for love, for every single thing in our life, how we feel about time, if we are running out of time, everything based on that vibration we attract from the quantum. There is no such thing as time. In the quantum, the way we measure time is how long it's taking us. It's slow, it's fast, why it's not working, we don't have enough time. We do all of those things. But when we do all of those things, what we do is we slow time. Let's say that if you are waiting for your friend outside in the rain and your friend is half an hour late, that half an hour is going to be forever, because it's like, oh my God, I'm waiting for half an hour and my friend hasn't turned up. It's forever, it's so long, it's raining, I don't like it. But when you are having a meal in your favorite restaurant, it's so beautiful, the ambience, the experience, and the food, it's perfect and everything is so perfect, half an hour will just fly by. Time responds to us the way we look at it. If we feel it's taking longer, we are not in the moment, we are outside the moment. When you're waiting for your friend, you're not in the time, you're outside, you're looking at time, you're saying it's taking long. So when you're looking at time, you're not in the time, you're outside. It starts to stretch, it starts to feel long, it starts to feel that it's taking forever. When you're in the moment, when you're feeling bliss, when you're feeling attuned with your present, you're in the time. When you're in that restaurant, you're having the time of your life, you're in the time, and the time flows by. That's what Einstein says, that your experience with time, half an hour would be very different when you're in the time, when you're experiencing it, and when you're really connected to your present and attuned with it, versus when you're like, how long it's taking. What we do with our manifestation is we send an energetic vibe to the quantum saying it's taking too long. And we create the energy of it's taking too long, because universe doesn't operate on time. So we actually send a frequency, it's taking too long. Universe says yes, and then it takes too long. We say, I have so much to do, I don't have enough time. Universe says yes, and then you have so much more to do, you attract more things to be done, and you don't have enough time. What we really want to understand is that universe doesn't understand time. It only understands what you're feeling and what you're sending out. It's all energy. And when we start to use time to delay our manifestation, it screws us even more, because now we are just using it against ourselves when it was never meant to be. The question is, if that is the case, why do we do that? First of all, we do that because we are told the more time we spend on something, the faster we get there, which is wrong, because it's all energetics. The quicker we do things, or the more things we do, the more we attract. Wrong. That's not true. That's because that misses energetics. What we start to feel is, I am not good enough. I need to do more, and I need more time. Right? Because I need to do more, because I think I need to do 10,000 things to get to where I want to be. Now I need more time. What we do is we use time against us. I'm not enough. There is not enough time. All of these ways we are literally increasing the time massively. Now, the other thing which is really important to note is, if you are experiencing lack in any aspect of your life, the first lever that you're going to pull on is time. If you're feeling you're not enough, if you're feeling what you have is not enough, if you're feeling life is not good, if you're feeling I don't have money, the first thing where it will reflect is in two things. It's taking so long, and secondly, I don't have enough time. If you are experiencing lack of time or slow time, you need to look at, where are you experiencing lack in other aspects of your life? Lack in terms of money, lack. If you're feeling life is not good, if you're feeling I don't have money, the first thing where it will reflect is in two things. It's taking so long, and secondly, I don't have enough time. If you are experiencing lack of time or slow time, you need to look at, where are you experiencing lack in other aspects of your life? Lack in terms of money, lack in terms of joy, lack in terms of fun, being happy, being connected in the now, feeling present, being attuned with who you are, feeling blissful. If you don't have those things, the first lever that we tend to pull it is time. I don't have enough time. Now, when we do that, let's say based on the principle that I don't have enough time, that's why I need to do things faster. Let's say one day I wake up late and I don't have enough time and I need to do my makeup really quickly. And while I'm doing my makeup, I'm gonna stab my eye with my eyeliner. Probably I'll spill my coffee. I'll have mascara it will be a crazy thing. Why? Because I'm attracting more less time. More I don't have enough time from the quantum. Same goes with school runs. Like the day we feel like, oh, we are getting late, we find every signal. We find everything on the road to make us more late. Why? Because we are sending the vibe in the universe, there is not enough time. Or when we feel in our manifestations taking long. Universe is just operating on energy. There is no such thing as universe for present, past, and future. Everything is in the now. In the now. So when everything is in the now, what we want to understand is the only thing that really works is the transmutation of energy. What we are doing is we are manipulating energy. We are doing, universe is not operating on the time. So we have no we are just using time or perception to create more of what we are experiencing. But universe is just operating on the now. Now. There is no such thing as past or future or after these many years or that many years. In fact, when we said 1 year has to be 365 days, what if we say 1 year has to be 600 days, 700 days? We could have chosen anything. It's a metric that we have chosen, right? It has nothing to do with how the quantum field operates. Now, when you're operating with the universe, everything is in the now, right now. And what you're creating is from now. So if you are feeling lack right now, but you think in future I'll have more money and I'll feel abundant, you are creating lack from the now. And that will be reflected in the so-called future created by humans, but it's all transmuting in the now. Right now is transmuting. What we want to understand is what is in the now will be more of in the future. What are you focusing in the now will be more of in the future, which is so-called created by humans, because for universe it's just now. And the way things change is now changes to different energy, and then different things come in your physical, and then you change energy, you manipulate energy. So what you're manipulating energy from is right now. So what you experience right now, you're creating more of that. That means we have the power, like we covered in the last call, to reframe our experience. Let's say if you don't like something in your life right now, like you're not happy with that. If you focus more on that, you're bringing it in the future by saying, imagine in future you have a cart, you're going shopping and you have all the aisles of all the possibilities, and you are putting in the cart by focusing on things. If you're focusing on something you don't like, you're taking it with you in the future in the perpetual transmutation of energy, what you're creating. So if you're feeling lack in any part of your life, you're taking it in the trolley to manifest in the future as well. Whatever your current experience is, that is being transmuted. And what we really want to look at is, what is our current experience? Because that is being transmuted. If you want to bend time, if you want to collapse time, instead of using it against us, let's start to focus on energetics and start to focus on the things that we want to manifest, because it's not the matter of time, it's the matter of energetics, it's the matter of timing. What is the difference between time and timing? Time and timing. Let's say that you want to manifest, your dream clients, and you bump into somebody who asks you to come, you bump into your friend randomly on the road, and she asks you to come and speak in her event. And you go and speak in her event and you manifest a lot of clients from that. Is it time? Did it take you time? Or it was the right timing? It was the perfect timing. You bumped into her that very second, not the second before, not the second after, not the hour before, not the hour after, because universe doesn't operate on time. You were not late. It was perfect timing, divine timing. When you bumped into her, she gave you the invitation, come and speak in my event, and you manifested clients. Let's say you wanted to start a business and you bump into somebody who said, I'm starting a business, I'm looking for a partner. And that perfect timing, you bumped into that person. For us, it's about the faster I do, the faster I'm going to manifest. The more I do, the more I'm going to manifest. For universe, there is no such thing as time. It's about the timing, the right timing. And when the right timing is there, it happens in seconds. Things happen in seconds when it's the right timing. When it's the right timing, you don't need a lot of time. Just need the right timing. The question is, how do we be at the right place at the right timing? So do we have the right timings? That is a question. That is a real question to bend time, because bending time, it can take you 15 seconds to bump into that person talking to you and saying, oh, I have a great opportunity. Do you want to do that? It can take you few seconds to attract your dream clients, to attract the business, the money, the experience, the investment opportunity, any opportunity. It takes seconds because it's not the time, it's the timing. But the problem is when we are too busy going there faster, putting so much effort because more equal more, sometimes we miss the right timing because we are so focused on more timing, more. I need to do more. I'm not doing enough. It's like we miss the timing. How do we make sure that we bend time by being at the right place at the right time? Because 15 seconds can change everything. 10 seconds can change everything. And that's how we collapse and bend time. There are two key powerful things that you can use to collapse time. The first thing is when we realize that we are creating from the now, we are creating in the now, we start to really look at our experience of now, and we start to really connect with the bliss, the joy, the wholeness, the enoughness. Because if there is lack in the now, time cannot do anything. More effort cannot do anything. It's perpetual transmutation of energy. I'm feeling lack right now, I'll feel rich in the future. No, it's perpetual transmutation of energy. It's transmuting from the now. Future, time cannot do anything. It's just our way, our tool to measure that. I'm feeling not good enough right now, but it will change in the future. No, it's about alignment now. It's about being now. It's about becoming that person now. It's about attuning into that version of you now, because now is transmuting. Time will not change anything. Time is just our way of measuring things. If you want to change anything, manipulate energy. That means really tapping into the now, changing the experience of now. That means even if there is something that you don't like in the now, just don't focus on that, because you don't want to put it in the basket and take it with you in the perpetual transmutation of energy. You don't want to cook it for the future, because it's all perpetual transmutation of energy. There is no such thing as future. It's about tapping into the having. If you want more money, and you feel lack in the now, can you focus on having the money that you have and tune into the abundance by using your current money instead of focusing on not having? Because that is perpetual transmutation of energy. Time cannot do anything. Time cannot help you. More effort cannot help you. It's the perpetual transmutation of energy. That's how you attract. The key thing in the beginning is the wholeness and the enoughness and the abundance now. Everything is right now. And even when you go in the future, what we so-called say future, it will actually still be now, but just perpetually transmutated energy. So everything is now. And the other thing is starting to be multi-dimensional. If you live in more than one dimension, you are living in more than one timelines anyway, because time doesn't exist. They're all here right now. You can start to be multi-dimensional by living in different dimensions, operating from different dimensions, and you bend time because you're not living in a single dimension. How do we do that? We plant seeds, we operate from that vision, and we do the things from that place. That means, yes, you're doing it in this timeline. Yes, so you're living this timeline, but in order to collapse time, bend time, reduce time, you're also operating from that timeline, and you're saying, what I'm doing right now, does it also serve that timeline? You're operating as that person. Let's say you wanna take a course because as that version of you would know that, or you would have mastered that thing. you would take that course now because it's good for you now and it's good for you then. It's good for you then and it's good for you now. Multi-dimension. Let's say you take care of yourself, you look after your body. It's good for you now, it's good for you then. Multi-dimension. You're not coming from the pain or the immediate gratification that I'm just living in now. I don't think about. It's about you're living from that place. But let's say you're doing a Facebook Live or you're making a video or you're doing something like that. If you're doing it from the place of I'm doing it with a vision that this is who I am and this is what I'm on my way building, this is my truth, then your energy will be multidimensional. So it will bend the time because that is our construct, and it will use energetics to actually perpetually transmute into to that dimension, to the higher dimension. You are living right now, but you're actually creating that dimension at the same time. That's what bending time is. Bending time is living in multiple dimensions at one time. And you do that by first tapping into the wholeness in the now, because you cannot perpetually transmutate lack into abundance. It's not possible. It's not aligned. It's not vibrationally matching. Lack is not equal abundance. There is no connection. But secondly, you tap into more dimensions than one. Actually, you're operating in different zones. You're not even in a single time. And that's when you start to bring it faster because you're bending time. The moment you come out of time to question, it's taking so long, it's so slow, all of a sudden you're using time against you. Because now your experience is somebody who's standing in the rain. And how do we stop doing that? By finding the power of now. Everything is here right now. It's perpetually being transmuted. Tune into it. Find that bliss. Find that power. Find that joy. Find that being. Find that version of you. Connect with that. Tap into that. Find that energy. Find that frequency. And here you go. You have it. It's all there. You're whole right now. And if there is anything lacking, you're taking that lack with you through perpetual transmutation of energy. But when you start to operate in multi-dimensions and you start to operate from the vision and from that vision and start to see that and take decisions from that and operate from there and bring that energy in the now, you live in the now and you live there and you live in another dimension and you're constantly bending time. What I realized was that sometimes when we start to have our goal cards, or we have money frequency, right? And we ask ourselves, it will take me this long, or we write in the goal card the date, right? A lot of times I tell my clients that don't write the date, because what happens is when we write the date, we start to use that date against us. Let's say if you're saying I'll do it by Christmas, now you're using time against that, and you're saying, will I do it by Christmas? Will I do? And when you're doing that, you're not energetical match, because there is lack. You're using time against you. You're prolonging that lack instead of attuned to the power of now and really finding all of those things now, because they are here right now, and they're transmuting into physical and coming in your physical reality. What we do is we find the lack and we start transmuting that. And on top of that, we look at the time. And time stops. The moment you're looking at time, it stops. When you're in the restaurant having the time of your life, you're so attuned, you're feeling so joy. Before you know it, hours have gone. And you're like, oh, I didn't realize we have been here for 4 hours or 3 hours. But when you're waiting in the rain, time stops. So the moment you get out of the zone and look at time, it stops, because you're not in the time. You just change the experience of time by using energy, because time really is nothing. It's energetic. So the moment you start saying it's taking longer, it stops, because it has to take longer now, because you're using energy. The key to bend time is to understand that the time is only our creation. It's used for certain ways, and it's a human construct, and it should be used in a context, but it shouldn't be used to measure your manifestations. Yes, you can use it in the hindsight and say, you know what, I did it in a year, or I did it in 6 months. Perfect. It's done. But if you use now to measure your manifestation and how long it's taking, you're stopping it. You're using it against you. What I realized was the powerful and the most highest frequency and approach to bend time is this. Instead of writing on your goal card that I want this to by this time and constantly then using it against you and stopping it, what we do is we set an energetic projection, which is your goal. So when you will have manifested that goal, you will feel certain way, you will have a certain feeling, and you will transmute the energy in a certain way. You cast that energetic projection in the quantum, you're sending it out, and you're saying, in order to match it, I'm being the best of me. Instead of, I need to work really hard, because the more effort, the more time. No, it's not. It's the timing. Let's take an example of timing. Let's say you're catching a fish and you put your rope on and you put it inside, and now your hook is in the water. The fish comes and it starts to hold on to that. And the moment you realize there is something there, you immediately pull it. When you pull it, fish wasn't hooked to it properly and it left. Did you save time by doing it faster? Or did you miss the fish and it's going to cost you so much more to find the next fish? It's not about the faster. It's not about more effort into more. It's about the energy. The more you attune to that and the more you operate from that energy, the focus on that energy, and the more you then do your best, trusting that when I'm doing my best, when I'm being my best, when I'm choosing the right beliefs, timings will happen by itself. My energetic match will find me. Now, by doing your best, it doesn't mean that you have to kill yourself, you have to work really hard, you have to stretch yourself, everything has to be perfect. That's not your best. You stretching yourself is not best. Best of you is where you find the most joy, where you find most meaning, where it makes you feel really, really, really alive. That is the best of you. More is not equal to more in energetics. It's the best of you. The action that you do with your spirit, in your spirit, it's inspired action, which is coming from that faith that I have trust that my energetic match will find me. I'm showing up, being my best and aligning to that. And I know my energetic match will find me. If I give you my example here, let's say I'm making videos, right? I'm making videos, putting on my Facebook and YouTube. Now, if I say to myself, more is more, I have to make 10 videos and put them in one day because more is more, right? So I'm going to make 10 videos and put them this week because it has to be more to manifest more, right? Now, I do that with rush. I do that with like, oh my God, I have so much to do. I'm just going crazy. I'm overwhelmed. I'm not feeling lightened up. I'm not feeling attuned to that. I'm not feeling like I'm putting my heart and soul and love into it. It's not lighting me up. It's not giving me meaning. It's not beautiful experience. It's more like rush. And when somebody watches those videos, they wouldn't even watch the first one. They would watch a little bit and they'd just scroll past it. What is that? Because more is not equal more. But let's say instead I decided I'm going to do one video, but I'm going to say what I really want to say. And I'm going to really put my heart and soul into it. I'm going to really feel it and I'm going to share my heart. Yes, I love that, Ali. Yes, is enough. It is aligned. Exactly. I love this. I love the way you said it. Exactly. I'm going to put my heart and soul into it. I'm going to do it with all my joy and all my love and all my energy. And I'm going to really express myself in my greatest expression. Right? And then I do one video and just one, and I put it there. Now somebody watches it. They're like, whoa, this is good. And now they want to go and watch more videos, which I've done in the past. And that one video is enough. It's not about more is more. It's about the best of you. And the best of you is not hard work. It's what gives you joy, what makes you attuned in the now. Because remember, you're creating from the now. You're not creating from the future. You're creating now. That is the best of you. With all your heart, with all your soul, with you being enough, with the right beliefs. Even if you have this belief that I have to constantly work to manifest money, that's your experience. That's your energetic match. But if your belief is, I get paid every day. And if you're wondering, but I don't know how to get paid every day, doesn't matter. If you start to really feel that idea and start to play with that idea, either you will not need to do anything or you will stumble on something. Doesn't matter. Either way, your energetic match will find you. But the key is, instead of using time against you, what if we say, I'm gonna show up as the best of me. And I trust that if I keep showing up as the best of me, my energetic match will find me. Instead of I do it today and then I'm saying, oh, it's not working, trusting that maybe I'm still not a vibrational match. But if I keep showing up, I will be. If I keep showing up as the best of me, as the version of me that really lights me up, that feels true, that feels aligned. And that will only happen when you are so attuned in the now. When you're so attuned in your wholeness, in your joy, in your being, in who you are. That's when you'll start to really connect with that. One foot in your wholeness, in the gratitude, in being who you are, and one foot in the desire. Not from the place of, oh, because I'm feeling whole in the now, I can't ask for more. Absolutely you can. But from enoughness, because from abundance, from connection to prosperity and wholeness and being, because that's what is being transmuted. Lack, time cannot change. It's perpetual transmutation of energy. Instead of using time as a measure, let's start using perpetual transmutation of energy, because that is the language of universe. That's how God or universe or quantum, that's how God or universe operate, and that's how the quantum field works. It's the energy which is being transmuted, which is being constantly transmuted. And then us humans, we measure the changes with time. In this time, this has happened, but actually it was just now was transmuting through the universal law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Let's spend time by being more intentional, by being more powerful, by having that conviction, by becoming that version, by really attuning into who we are right now, because there is nothing else except now. And when we do that, we become multidimensional. And that's the fastest way to collapse time, by not looking at time.